Nobody warns you about this. The smartest person in the room is usually the quietest one. Not because they have nothing to say, but because they've already decided it isn't worth saying. That feeling you get when you already know where a conversation is heading and you stay silent anyway. That moment when you see the mistake coming, but let it happen. If that sounds familiar, this video is going to sit with you for a long time. High IQ individuals don't just think differently, they experience the world differently, and that experience comes with a set of thoughts that almost never leave their heads. Not because they're hiding something, but because they've learned, slowly and painfully, that saying certain things out loud costs more than it's worth. Today, we're going into that mental space, the one they rarely let anyone see. There's a pattern that psychologists have noticed for decades. The more capable a person is, the more likely they are to self-censor. Not out of fear, out of calculation. They've run the conversation in their head already. They know how it ends, so they skip it entirely. Researcher Maraka Gross at the University of New South Wales studied intellectually gifted individuals over 20 years. What she found was striking. The majority of them reported deliberately hiding their ability in social settings. Not occasionally, regularly. They called it playing down. And it wasn't modesty, it was survival. When your brain processes information faster than the people around you, conversation stops feeling like an exchange. It starts feeling like a waiting game. You already have the answer. You're just sitting there while everyone else catches up. And after years of that, most high IQ individuals stop volunteering what they know. It's not arrogance, it's exhaustion. But the silence is only one layer. Underneath it, there's something heavier. I already saw this coming. That thought lives rent-free in the minds of highly intelligent people. And they almost never say it, because saying it sounds like bragging, even when it's just the truth. A 2021 cognitive study from the University of Edinburgh found that individuals with higher fluid intelligence showed significantly stronger pattern recognition, not just in abstract tasks, but in real-world social situations. They could predict outcomes of conversations, decisions, and even relationships with unusual accuracy. But accuracy without an audience is a lonely thing to carry. Think about what that actually feels like. You're in a meeting. Someone proposes an idea. You can already see 3 problems with it. You stay quiet. The idea moves forward. 6 weeks later, exactly what you expected happens. And you say nothing then either. Because what would you even say? I knew. That's not a sentence people receive well. So it stays inside. And it stays there for years. And that's where something deeper starts to build, something that doesn't show up on any IQ test. High IQ individuals don't get to switch their brains off. That sounds like a gift. It isn't always. Neuroscientist Rex Young at the University of New Mexico found that highly intelligent brains show greater connectivity between neural regions. More of the brain is active, more of the time. That means more processing, more analysis, more noise. While most people can let a moment pass without dissecting it, a high IQ mind is already 3 layers deep. Why did that person say it that way? What did they actually mean? What does this situation remind them of? What's likely to happen next? All of that happening simultaneously, beneath a calm face. The thought they carry but rarely share is this: being aware of everything is genuinely tiring. Not in a dramatic way, in a quiet, daily, relentless way. They don't say it because it sounds like a complaint, and complaining about being intelligent feels absurd. So instead, they carry it, alone, and they get very good at looking fine. What makes it harder is that the people closest to them usually don't see any of it. Here's something most people never consider. Being known for your intelligence is its own kind of trap. When everyone around you sees the smart one, that's the only version of you they're really looking at. The doubts you have, the moments you feel completely lost. The times you're just as confused as everyone else, none of that registers, because it doesn't match the label they've already given you. Social psychologist Jennifer Richardson at Yale University studied how individuals perceived as highly competent are treated in group settings. Her research showed that competent individuals were consistently given less emotional support, not because people didn't care, but because no one thought they needed it. The assumption was that capability meant self-sufficiency, that the smart ones had it handled, but they don't always have it handled. They just look like they do. And after enough time, they stop reaching for support because the reach has never been met the way they needed. So, the thought that lives deepest, the one that almost never surfaces, is this: nobody actually sees me. They see what I can do. That's not the same thing. And that gap between being seen for your output and being known as a person quietly shapes everything about how they move through the world. Highly intelligent people often struggle in conversations not because they lack social skills, but because the conversation they want to have and the conversation everyone else is having are two completely different things. They're sitting in a discussion about the surface of something while their mind is already at the bottom of it. A study published in the journal Intelligence in 2019 found that individuals with higher cognitive ability reported significantly lower satisfaction in casual social interactions, not professional ones, casual ones. Small talk felt like effort, not because they were unfriendly, but because operating below your natural processing speed for long periods of time is mentally draining in a way that's difficult to explain. And they rarely try to explain it, because the explanation itself sounds dismissive. I find this conversation too simple is not something you say to someone's face. So instead they nod, they smile, they participate just enough to seem present. And they count the minutes until they can be alone again, not because they dislike people, but because solitude is the only place where their brain finally gets to run at full speed. What all of this points to isn't arrogance. It isn't coldness. It's the quiet reality of a mind that was never quite built for the pace of everyday social life. High IQ individuals carry thoughts that have no safe audience. They see things early and stay silent. They feel everything deeply and look completely fine. They crave real connection, but rarely find one that reaches the parts of them that actually need it. You're not difficult to be around. You're not arrogant for seeing things others miss. You're not broken for needing solitude after too much noise. Your brain processes the world at a frequency most environments were never designed to accommodate. And that's not a flaw. That's just the reality of how you're wired. Once you stop apologizing for that, something shifts. Not everything, but enough. If this felt like someone finally said the thing you've been thinking for years, the next video is going to hit even harder. It's linked right here. Watch it. You'll know why immediately. And if this is the kind of content you want more of, subscribing genuinely helps this channel keep going. It means more than you think.